بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما اللهم فقدنا في الدين. Bismillah. So we're going to start now, inshallah. So just a recap. Last class we were speaking about التحيات والتعارف. التحية, salutations. التعارف is to get to know someone, getting to know something. Okay? Getting to know someone, getting to know something. So now, with that being said, let's make sure the volume is up on this. Yeah. Make sure the volume up on this thing so that I can hear when people coming in. It's just this. Alright, like this. Alright, so now with that being said, we're going to continue that because from what I said, ata'arafu, and when you speak to someone for the first time, obviously you start off with salutations, you start off with the tahiyya, assalamu alaikum, as the Muslims, as we say, and the response is obviously wa alaikum assalam. You ask them how they're doing, about the condition, كيف حالك, how is your condition, كيف الحال, your حال situation. Then we go on to say بخير والحمد لله, أنا بخير والحمد لله, or anything of that nature. Response to that. And then you start to ask, where are you from? Where are you from? And, you say, we spoke about jinsiyya, we spoke about different jinsiyat, and now we have, another one here, trying to join. Right. We spoke about different jinsiyat, the different nationalities. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We spoke about some different nationalities, and now we are going into the min, which is career. All right, we're speaking about different careers and what a person does for a living. It is normal, you ask someone, what do you do for a living? After you ask someone where they're from and so forth, what do you do for a living? على كل حال, without further ado, let's begin. So it begins. Ahmed, assalamu alaikum. Conversation between Ahmed and Badr, right? So as you can see, there are a few brothers there, right? So Ahmed, he starts again. This حوار الثالث. The حوار, as I said before, means the conversation, and ثالث, the third. So Ahmed, assalamu alaikum. Badr, wa alaikum assalam. Ahmed, هذا أخي هو مدرس, right? هذا أخي هو مدرس. And then goes on, Badr, أهلا وسهلا. أحمد, هذا صديقي هو مهندس. الأخ, أهلا وسهلا. أحمد, مع السلامة. بدر, مع السلامة. طيب. Simple enough, we start off at the tahiyya as we did before, the salutations. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam, as we said, the was and we move on to something that's new here, a few things that are new. One of which is هذا, then we have أخي, and then we have huwa, and then we have mudarris. So these nouns that we have here, we're going to go through them bit by bit, and they're going to come up very often, so you're going to be more familiar with it as the class goes on. So you start up هذا, and هذه. These are words for this, right? So هذا, and be sure to have your notebook next to you, or some small notepad or something of this nature to take notes, because I'm telling you, it will start to build up, and when it starts to build up, it would become difficult. Okay, so we have هذا أخي, right? هذا means this. أخي, my brother, right? So this is my brother, and we said before that the ya refers to my. it refers to possession, ownership of something. We put this on nouns, we put this on the ism or on the noun to show this relates to ownership. So for example, this is my mother, ummi, all right, mother, ummi, my mother, akh, brother, akhi, my brother, and so forth, right? So we have hada, akhi, right? Akh is there, akh is a word by itself, the alif with the hamza, and then the khaf, that's just a word by itself, akh, brother. Then the ya is an addition to that, and that ya makes it my brother, right? And then we have huwa mudarris. Huwa mudarris. So huwa is another new word that we have here. Huwa means he. Huwa means he. And mudarris, as we know, mudarris means teacher, right? So again, هذا أخي. Huwa mudarris. هذا, this is my brother. Huwa mudarris. He is a teacher. Simple enough, right? Be sure to write those things down. And then Badr, he says, Ahlan wa sahlan, as we said in the previous hiwar, it just means welcome, right? It means basically welcome, right? Next, we have Ahmed again. And Ahmed says, right, هذا صديقي, right? He says, هذا صديقي. So we said, هذا means this. So we have this word here, صديقي. The ya again at the end is for possession. This ya at the end is for possession, right? And we have the word sadiq. Sadiq, it refers to what? It refers to friend. So sadiq, هذا صديقي. This is my friend. Huwa muhandis. Huwa, as we said, means he. Muhandis is a new word. Muhandis means engineer. It means engineer, right? So هذا صديقي هو مهندس. Okay? مفهوم? That's clear. And then we have أهلا وسهلا. Again, welcome. And then Ahmed, he says something that actually is used. You hear it sometimes in Saudi. I've heard it been used a few times. مع السلامة. مع السلامة, which means with peace. With peace. So مع means with, and السلامة means peace. مع means with, and السلامة means peace. مع السلامة, مع السلامة. So obviously, if someone is leaving someone, it's just like someone just joined. If someone is trying to, if someone is parting from someone, the best thing to say is Assalamu alaikum, obviously, but we can't say ma'a salama. This is used as a wada'a. It is used as a goodbye, right? As a farewell. طيب. So we're gonna I'll pick two brothers again. The sisters, we'll have them do their thing soon, inshallah. Next week I'm probably gonna use maybe Zoom, so I can use breakout rooms, or if I could figure out how to use breakout rooms with Google Meets, then I would have the sisters go into breakout rooms and have them discuss amongst themselves, so I can't hear them speak. All right, so we have a few brothers here. I'll use Ubaidullah, and I'll use Nicholas, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, Ubaidullah and Nicholas. Take off your mics.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Welcome, Islam.
Alright, so we have
Assalamu alaikum.
Alright, طيب.
Sorry.
No problem. You go ahead. So Nicholas, you will be Badr.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
هذا أخي هو مدرس.
مدرس. Alright.
هو مدرس.
Alright, nice.
See, I trying to remember. That next word is
أهلا وسهلا. So أهلا. So the alif join into the ha, and then afterwards the lam there with a fathatan.
Yeah.
أهلا.
أهلا
وسهلا.
أهلا وسهلا.
Very good.
هذا صديقي هو مهندس.
أحسنت. Very good.
أهلا وسهلا.
Very good.
مع السلام.
مع السلامة. أنت تعمل.
مع السلامة.
Right. Go ahead.
مع السلامة.
مع السلامة. أحسنت. جزاكم الله خيرا. بارك الله فيكما. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, and I'll use Dareem. I'll use Dareem and I'll use Micah, inshallah. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Okay, so Dareem, you'll be Ahmed, and Micah, you'll be Badr, inshallah. Actually, Dareem, you will be Badr, because you were here for the first class. So I'll use Micah as Ahmed, inshallah.
السلام عليكم. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. هذا أخي ومدرس.
Alright, so it said Aki, but it's Akhi, it's a Khaf, right? No problem.
هذا أخي هو ومدرس.
Very good. Who is the
أهلا وسهلا.
وسهلا.
أهلا وسهلا.
Very good.
Where's the translation?
That's like welcome.
Okay.
It's welcome. أهلا وسهلا.
هذا صديقاتي.
No, هذا صديق. هذا صديقي. هذا صديقي.
هذا صديقي.
Very good.
هو مهندس.
Very good.
Is the same thing?
Yeah.
أهلا وسهلا.
Very good.
مع السلامة. مع السلامة.
أحسنتم. جزاكم الله خير. Very good. Very, very good. Nice. So, as you can see here, with regard to these conversations here, they're actually very similar. Just a second. There you go. They're very similar to this conversation coming down below here, right? So this conversation here is for the females. This is how you would speak to a female, or how a female would speak to another female, right? Or if you're speaking to a female, likewise. If a brother speaking to a female, speaking to his wife, for instance, or his mother, that's how it would be. That's how the conversation would go, similar to this. Certain words you have to pay attention to, and certain changes. And for this point, you have to pay attention to the ending, the changes at the end. Changes at the ending of the words. Alright, so we have Assalamu alaikum, and then we have Wa alaikum assalam. As I said before, if you say Assalamu alaikunna, if you're speaking to a group of females, it is correct as well. Alright, linguistically it's correct as well. Wa alaikum assalam. And then we have Hadihi ukhti. Hadihi ukhti. So before we had Hada. Alright, we had Hada. This is obviously to denote dhukura. This to denote masculinity. This is for mudhakkar. This is for masculine words. Right? So, Hada is for masculine. Hadihi is for feminine. Right? So, Hadihi ukhti. Hiya tabiba. Hiya tabiba. Right? Hadihi ukhti hiya tabiba. And then and this conversation, I forgot to say, the conversation is between Nada and Huda, right? A sister named Nada and another sister named Huda, right? So we have Nada again. Huda. She says, Ahlan wa sahlan. All right, no change there. Nada, she goes now, Hadihi sadiqati. Okay, there's a difference here. Before we said sadiqi. We said sadiqi before. Now we're saying sadiqati. Again, the ending has changed. The ending here, what we have to notice, even on this word here, tabiba has a ta marbuta. Right? That ta marbuta is to denote unutha. Is to denote something is feminine, which is mu'annath. Right? So now we would say, if it was a man, you would say huwa tabib, right? And without that ta marbuta. But because it's female, and we have to change the endings because we're speaking to a female, and we're describing a female, we will use ta marbuta at the end. Okay, so هذه صديقتي. That same ta is here, is actually present here in this word here, صديقتي. But because there's a ya at the end, it's not written like a ta marbuta, but rather it's written like a regular ta, and the ya is connected to the word. Right? هذه صديقتي. هي طالبة. هي طالبة. Alright? هذه صديقتي هي طالبة. Right? If it was, I'm pretty sure this word kind of familiar to a lot of people. طالب. طالب, obviously, طالب means like a طالب العلم, a seeker of knowledge, a student. It's used here as student. Linguistically means seeker, to seek something, right? But it's used as well, it's used as student, as a person who seek knowledge, right? And then we have al-ukht. She says ahlan wa sahlan, right? And then nada, she says ma'a salama. There's no difference there. You won't practice this out loud here because obviously it's female things. I don't really want to do that, but it's similar to the first conversation, very similar. Okay, so you're gonna move to the next page. Next page now, it has mufradat, right? Mufradat, right? And these mufradat, as I said before, and I would say right now, these are the words that we're gonna be learning. These are the words that you're gonna be using, right? So these are the words that we just used and we just learned in our conversation above. So it's best to have this page not only like screenshotted, but written down in a small notebook. This page is like basically a cheat page. You have everything right there that we just learned, right? That whole conversation that we just learned, we just got how much new words there? You have 12 new words, right? And we're going to be using them over and over throughout the class today. So you'll be more familiar with them, inshallah. For example, we have mudarris. We have taliba. We have tabiba. We have muhandis. We have akh. We have ukht. We have sadiq. We have sadiqa. We have hadha, hadihi. We have huwa. And we have here at the bottom here. Alright? Alright, so if you're supposed to have this book downloaded on your phone, so inshallah, I would advise that when you're in the class, you follow with the book if you can, and try to screenshot this page and keep that, and or write it into your book. I mean, write it into your book either way, but it would be nice to screenshot the page so that way you can write it into your book later. Alright, so next we have this part here. This is some homework here at the bottom here that I would assign. I'll screenshot right now and I'll send it into the class for homework, inshallah. This here is basically similar to the homework that we did earlier, which is just connecting. Right, we're going to start off with very basic stuff, just connecting the words. Right, so we have mudarris and we have taliba, right? That's easy enough. Mudarris, taliba. We have muhandis and we have tabiba. Right, muhandis, tabiba. I wouldn't do all, obviously, just for the sake of, making it challenging enough so you could benefit from it. But that is what you will have to do, inshallah. Somebody trying to join. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I was just asking something, sorry. I'm a question, those that the letters that don't have the vowels, they fall in with the elongation, like the ya and the sense. So if you don't see it, look after. And if you see a aleph, then you know it's a fatha. If you see a ya, then you know it's a kasra.
Okay, that's a good question. So essentially, the words that you see in the elongations on, for example, I'll zoom up, right? So for example here, taliba, right? Taliba. How I know that is a fatha on that? You're probably asking. And yes, that's actually one of the ways. As an excellent observation, that's one of the ways it is noticed. For example, when you see this word here with a fatha at the end, a alif at the end, and as obviously alif, that alif is med, that alif is elongation. What normally associated with an alif for elongation? A fatha, right? So now that's one of the easiest ways to say, okay, this letter here is probably a fatha on it, right? Because when you start reading other books, more advanced books, you be coming across things which you never saw in your entire life, right? Even Arabs, there's have times that they make mistakes when they're reading, and it doesn't have harakat on it, right? Because right now we're living in a different age, different age, and languages will be mixing with other languages, and people will be focusing on different things. So sometimes they just come across what they don't even know if they don't have harakat on it. So strangely, this is one of the ways that it is identified. When you see alif, okay, that letter that next to the alif, like the ta, that's probably a fatha on there. Another example is this one, tabiba. Tabiba, right here. Tabiba. How I know that's a kasra on the ba? Because of that, yeah. Similar to what you said, right? That yeah, okay, I seen that yeah has to be for elongation purposes. Okay, so that probably is a ba with a kasra, tabiba. And that association they made there is an association that you will get, yeah, that will be very useful in your studies and in your reading, right? Because in the other books they will stop using harakat. They will stop using harakat. Why? Because harakat is a tool to help you read, but you will reach to a point where you could read, and this is that's a very good observation there. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair for that. Moving on to the next homework, but we wouldn't do this one. This homework, alhamdulillah, this book, it actually comes with a few things. One of them, if you notice, there's like a speaking thing at the bottom there, at the bottom of the page. That thing where you see a face and you see it speaking basically is actually no, this one on top here. Sorry, this one on top of the air. That is a symbol that's supposed to denote that this has a recording that's associated with this exercise online. So there's actually a website. I'll send it into the group, but not now. I wouldn't use the exercise right now. I don't want to make it too hard for anybody because we just start the class, and I don't want to make it like, okay, let's have this, let's have that, and overwhelm the students. So for the time being, we will skip this because essentially this homework here is essentially the same thing that we just learned. The same names, Hada here, Anta, Auntie, and stuff like that. And we can benefit from other things, right? So we wouldn't focus on that too much for now. Next page here is a very important page, and if you notice, it's actually saying, I'll put the tablet lengthways. Alright, so if you notice, this saying مفردات إضافية. مفردات إضافية. مفردات is vocabulary. إضافية is additional. So this is additional vocabulary. We have here انظر واستمع وأعد. We have again look, listen, and repeat. Right? So the first thing here, we have واحد. واحد. These, if you didn't know, some of the brothers, they were asking, like, where's this here? Like, there's a 3, and stuff like that. There's a 0, not 0. These are actually numbers, but those are not the numbers that you would think it is, except for 1. 1 is actually pretty universal, a stroke, right? But this here is the Arabic numbers, the Arabic numerals. It's actually Hindi numerals. It's actually Hindi numerals, strange enough. And the English numerals are actually Arabic numerals, right? That's a strange little tidbit that I came across when I was in my studies here. The English numerals are actually Arabic numerals. And these numerals that we have here in Arabic are actually Hindi numerals, and from years of like trading and stuff like that and getting involved with different people, they ended up somehow coming across and being cemented in the language. In any case, we have here, واحد. Let's talking about not how it's pronounced, but I'm talking about how it's drawn. Right? We have here واحد. We have اثنان. We have ثلاثة. We have أربعة. We have خمسة. Right? So they put pens there so to make it easier for you to identify. This is 1. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. Right? So with that, I would say just try your best to memorize these, write these down. واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة. Right? This here will also be another piece of homework here. It's a simple connection of the number with the actual thing. So for example, we learned واحد is one. So we connect واحد with واحد. We like one numeral with the book. اثنان with two things, right? اثنان with two things, and so on and so forth. Very, very simple stuff, and that will be homework, inshallah. The other one here is just to مرتب الأعداد, right? So basically, it's asking to organize or arrange the numbers, right? So obviously, numbers here they're scattered about. They have 2, 3, 1, 5, 4, right? So they want you to organize it properly. So you put like 1, 2, 3, and like that. It's to get practice in writing the Arabic numbers and getting yourself familiar with it. And then the other two at the bottom there is actually listening exercises, how it sounds. We won't really focus on that too much because if you could read, which you should be able to right now, you could just read this: واحد, اثنان, ثلاثة, أربعة, and so forth. طيب. So now we move into the next exercise. So this exercise here, التراكيب النحوية. So we're going to use this as تبادل السؤال والجواب مع زميلك كما في المثالين. Alright, so we have two examples here. They have an example here for females for speaking. As I said, we will use female speaking. They will be able to speak in the breakout rooms in the future, inshallah. But for now, we will use the brothers and just listen. Or you could also read along. You could read along and try it out on your own. So I'll just pick two brothers, inshallah, just to go through this one. Let's see. I have. Alright. I don't know who is it. Is it real? Is it real? Not sure who that is. Is it real? And if you could unmute yourself, give my name, inshallah, be cool. Assalamu alaikum. Is it real? What name to call you by?
Israel.
Oh, Israel. Okay, Israel. Alright, so Israel and Muhammad.
Naam.
Alright, so they're gonna read these two here. So as we said before with Jinsiyat, I'll just read the first one. So you could get practice with it. So we have هل أنت باكستاني, right? And then the other student would say نعم أنا باكستاني, right? So you're gonna use this word here. You're gonna use the word at the bottom here, which is Turkey, and you're gonna apply that same thing there. So I'm gonna have it up here so you can remember how to say it. So هل أنت, alright, هل أنت
Turkey.
very good. Okay. Israel.
I ain't sure which one I'm reading from. Which one are you reading from?
You're written from this part here. The second one.
That's Alan Pakistani.
No, you're gonna say Naam, Ana, and you're gonna use this.
Pakistani.
No, you're gonna use this nationality at the bottom here, Turkey.
Oh, my eyes don't so good to see on the screen here. I read from the book.
Okay, no problem. It's the same thing like in the book. The first nationality that we have there is Turkey, right? So you're gonna say, so as he said, هل أنت Turkey, right? He says, are you Turkish? That's what he asked. هل أنت Turkey? Because هل is a questionable word and أنت is you, and Turkey is a nationality. Are you Turkish? And you're gonna say, yes, I am Turkish. You understand?
I understand what you're saying, but I ain't saying that.
Right there on where you're reading exactly? What page you on? No problem. When you get to the page, I'll call you again, inshallah. I'll use a different brother for now. We'll use Abyssinia. Alright, Abyssinia. Assalamu alaikum. Alright. Go ahead. So Muhammad, say it again now.
هل أنت تركي؟
نعم أنت
أنا
Let's read the lead following line, right? Nam, Anna, Turkiya.
Turkiya is a female.
Turkey.
Very good. Alhamdulillah. نعم أنا تركي. Very good. أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. Alright. Akim, I'll use you again there. I'll use you and I'll use Nicholas. Alright.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, not this one. Not this
هل
one.
أنت
No. Next one. That's for females. Then I use the female one.
هل أنت
Misri.
مصري؟
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Nam Anta
No, Ana.
Missouri?
So Ana means I, right?
Okay. Anna.
So think about it like this, right? If somebody asking you a question, are you Trinidadian? You'll say yes,
Yep.
I am Trinidadian. That's what you're saying here. So Anta means you.
Okay.
So you wouldn't say yes, you Trinidadian as well as a response.
Okay. Anna Missouri.
Very good.
Oh, Anta Missouri. Okay.
So say it again. So say it. So say the response.
Is it Anta Missouri?
Ana.
Anna Missouri.
Alright, but no, but say the entire thing. Naam.
Nam Anna Missouri.
Very good. Alright, so now I'll use two other people again. I'll use Ubaydullah and I would use Bahriz. Actually, no, I'll use Jason. Ubaydullah and Jason.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa barakatuh. So this one here.
هل أنت سوري؟
Very good.
سوري. هل أنت سوري؟
Ustad, could you go onto the page?
Alright, no problem.
نعم أنا سوري.
Very good. أحسنتما. جزاكم الله خير. بارك الله فيك. And for the sisters, I will just read it out for you guys. So the sisters one, it will be same thing. Hal anti, we will say al anti, right? So we have there the example here for the female. Hal anti, we have the ending, and then it's different there. That's one of the things to notice. Difference in ending. And then we have Pakistani for the first one, and then we have Pakistaniya for the second one. As I said, the ending is what's changing. Okay, you're speaking to a female person, you're describing a female person as well. And then we have Nam, Ana, that's normal. Ana stays the same, that stays the same, right? And then we have Pakistani, he's describing himself and he's a man. Pakistaniya, because she's describing herself and she is a female. So when we speak about the following, all right, I will say, for example, هل أنت تركية? All right, I will just zoom out so they could see. هل أنت تركية? And she would say, نعم أنا تركية. Likewise, هل أنت مصرية؟ نعم أنا مصرية. هل أنت سورية؟ نعم أنا سورية. أنا سورية. Alright, and that's how it will be going. So now we have another exercise here. This exercise, let's do it. Bismillah. So this exercise here, we're using the example that we have here above. So the example, we're going to replace certain things. One of the things that we're going to replace is the word akh, and then we're going to replace akh. We're going to replace almost the entire sentence, but it's going to be structured a similar way. What do I mean by that? Okay, so we have a female here, right? Because it's a female, we're not going to say hadha. We're going to say hadihi as the first thing, right? Hadihi, when you're speaking to a female, this, something that's female, you're going to say hadihi as the first thing. The second thing, you're going to say ukhti, because that's what we have here. We have ukht, right? We have ukht. If you see the example here, the first example, they have the word akh, right? The thing in yellow, everything in yellow here is the first is connected. Everything in yellow here is connected, right? So in the first example, we have the word akh, and then we have mudarris, right? So they formatted a sentence. So now we're going to try and make a sentence. هذا, for example, the first example, هذا أخي. This is my brother. هو مدرس. He is a teacher, right? Then we have the second one there, and I would use Akim, Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
The one with the
Sister.
female teacher, right?
Yeah, the female teacher.
هذه أختي. هي مدرسات. مدرسة.
طيب, alhamdulillah, جزاك الله خير, بارك الله فيك, أحسنت. That's exactly what I want. Right? So هذه أختي هي مدرسة. Right? So use Dareem, the other one.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Dareem.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Alright, so try this one here.
هذا سوري. That's a Surya.
No, there's a Sa and then a Dal. صديقي.
فهذا صديقي هو
طبيب. No.
طبيب.
Very good. Alhamdulillah. طبيب. هذا صديقي هو طبيب. Excellent. Alright. The next one now. The next thing that we're doing is this one here. I'll use Ubaidullah. Assalamu alaikum ya Sheikh Ubaidullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Alright, go ahead.
هذا صديقك.
No, so هذه for female.
هذه صديقتي.
Very good.
صديقة.
صديقتي.
هو طبيب.
هي
طبيبة. هي طبيبة.
Very good. Alhamdulillah. Let's try it one more time. هذه. Go ahead.
هذه صديقة. هي طبيبة.
Very good. طيب, أحسن. جزاكم الله خير. بارك الله فيك. That's good. Alright. Use Abyssinia with Abyssinia. Assalamu alaikum. Alright, try this one here.
هو مهندس.
Very good. أحسنت. Very good. هذا أخي هو مهندس. أحسنت. Sorry. Last one here. I'll use Brother Bahrouz.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. معموستة يا شيخ.
أنت الشيخ أستاذ. هذه أختي هي مهندسة.
Very good. أحسنت. Alright. بارك الله فيك. جزاك الله خير. Alright. So that is basically it. Okay. So we keep it in mind certain things. One of those things is the change in the word هذا. هذا will change to هذه. هذه, depending on if you're speaking to a male or a female, right? If you're speaking to a male or a female, there'll be a change in the word that we're using, right? That's one of the things. Next one is we using the word ukht and akh, right? Ukht and akh. Those are two changes as well that we have. Huwa and here. There are two changes as well that we have. And the endings of the description, right? So we're saying there's a mudarris, a teacher is a description of a person. This person is a teacher, right? This person is a teacher is a description of a person, right? It's their job, obviously, but it's their description, all right? And that's essentially that. And the endings. So now we're moving on to this part here. So we have, firstly, again, تبادل السؤال والجواب مع زميلك كما في المثال. So تبادل means to exchange, سؤال means question, والجواب means answer. مع زميلك with your classmate كما في المثال, as in the example. Right? So firstly we have المثال الأول. We have the طالب الأول. He would say من أين أنت, and the طالب الثاني would say أنا من Pakistan. For the sake of ease, I would just use one person per thing, so you get familiar with both of them. Okay, so Mike, are you here with us still?
Yeah, no.
All right, yeah, you could see this.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, cool. So now,
No.
all right, we're gonna use the first part here. So I'm gonna explain it. All right, we have the question here. Min aina anti. Min aina anta. Right? We have min aina anta. So we're gonna change this anta with this here anti. Okay. So we're speaking to a female. You're supposed. So just imagine you're speaking to a female person from Turkey, from Turkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna say, where are you from? Where are you from? And she is supposed to say, I am from Turkey, right? And as the word, this is the word for you, for female, and this is the word for Turkey in Arabic. All right. Okay, so try that.
من أين أنت؟
Very good.
من أين أنت؟ أنا من تركيا.
أحسنت. أنا من
تركيا.
الحمد لله. أحسنت. جزاك الله خير. بارك الله فيك. أحسنت. All right, so you use Ubaidullah.
نعم.
All right, try this one here.
من أين أنت؟
No, this time you're gonna use huwa. So you're gonna say where's he from?
من أين هو؟
Right, where's he from?
هو من سوريا.
أحسنت. ما شاء الله. ما شاء الله عليك. بارك الله فيك. All right, next one. جزاك الله خير. I'll use Muhammad.
من أين هي؟
Very good.
هي مصر.
هي من
مصر.
Yeah, if I say هي مصر, you're saying she is a country, like she Egypt, right?
نعم.
Yeah, if I say هي من, right? Min means from. That's a little tidbit there. Israel. Which Israel? Listen,
نعم.
this is Abdul Malik or different Israel?
Me talking to?
Yeah, this is this Abdul Malik or this a different Israel?
No, this is Israel from Sawa.
Okay, a different Israel. I have 2 Israelis in this class then. Alhamdulillah. All right. So, go ahead.
من أين أنت؟
Very good.
هي
No, anti.
أنت باكستاني
Min.
من باكستان.
Right. Anti min Pakistan. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. All right. And make sure. And if you were saying anti min Pakistan, and if you're saying she is Pakistani, you wouldn't say she is Pakistani. You'll say hiya Pakistaniya or anti Pakistaniya. Right. To denote femininity. Mu'annath. Femininity. Unutha. All right. Next one. We're moving on to the next part of the class here, which is, all right, so now if you're speaking to somebody, you say like your name. All right, we're going to practice saying your name. So I have Ismi, like for example, in example here, we have a person named Khalid, and then we have Ismi Khalid. All right, so you're going to say the following names here: Ismi so and so, or Ismi Khadija. Right, but well, for the sake of realism, I'll have you say your own names. So I'll use Nicholas.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Cha.
Huh?
Cha.
No. Ismi.
Ismi.
And then you're gonna say your name because my name is in Arabic.
Ismi Nicholas.
Very good. That's it. My name is Nicholas. Ismi Nicholas. All right. Let's try. Micah. Micah. If you're talking, the thing locked. I mean, the mic off. Move on. Israel.
نعم.
All right, there you go.
اسمي إسرائيل.
Alhamdulillah. All right, and I'll use one more brother. Amir. I didn't even. Jason. I'll use Jason as well. I didn't see Jason and Amir in the class. Jason.
السلام عليكم شيخ.
عليكم السلام.
اسمي سليمان.
اسم سليمان. سبحان الله. استغفر الله. سامحني يا أخي. سامحني.
ما كان مشكلة.
سامحني. If I know you was here, I call you real often. I don't call you now, actually.
Astaghfirullah.
Mashallah. Alright. So, the next one here, we have هات جملا كما في المثال. Alright, so we have some sentences here that we want to, realize. So we have a picture here, a simple picture. The picture is of a man, and the man he's and then you have the country Turkey, as how Turkey is looked as the shape of it. So we have and you have the nationality there, and then we have the country there to show the difference between countries and nationalities. How you speak about a country, how you speak about a nationality. So, like for example, if I'm from Trinidad, right, they would say Trinidadi, right? We have that. If a female is from Trinidad, we would say Trinidadiya, right? Here, Trinidadiya, right? And then the country is obviously Trinidad, right? If someone was from Guyani, and then Guyana. Well, I hard word to say, but we just keep it Trinidad because but how they speak in Arabic, they will put the word at the end. They'll have the yeah at the end. So Guyana. Nah, not gonna do it. It's too hard. So we from Trinidad, and that's easier. You know, it's easier from Trinidad. Alhamdulillah. If you're someone from America, Ameriki, for a meal, Amerikiya. And then we have the country, America. Right? If someone's from, for example, Australia, right? Australia, you say Australia is the country, Australia, right? Somebody from Africa, huwa Afriki, hiya Afrikiya, right? Ala kulli hal. And that's how we'll be going. So for the sake of this now, you would have, I will let you practice the names of the actual places. So you will start with Brother Sulaiman. You know, try this one here, the first one. But instead of saying Anna, you will say here or auntie. If you're speaking, your mic off. Brother Sulaiman. Okay. Brother Amir. Brother Amir.
Hiya Suriya.
Alright, say it again. I didn't hear it.
Hiya Suriya.
Alright. And next one, and next thing here. So we have, firstly, we have, for example here, Ana Turki. Ana min Turkey. Right? So I am Turkish. I am from Turkey. I'm from Turkey. Right? So we have the first part, they said the first part correct. Anti Suria. And then you have to say the other one now. You have to say, so she is, so the first thing you said just now was you are Syrian. Now you're going to say you are from Syria.
Hiya min Suriya.
Right. So now you said here. So this means she is from Syria. Right? So you said auntie. But it's still fine. It's still fine. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. That's correct. I'll wait to do the other one as well. Because I didn't call you. I didn't realize it was this. I didn't call you a few times. So try the other one as well.
Anti Misri.
It's Misriya.
No, Anti Misriya.
Very good.
Anti min Misri. No, Misr.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. And to Brother Sulaiman, you there? Okay. If you're speaking, your mic probably off. So you know. But Amir, do your other two as well. Brother Amir.
Huwa
Alright.
Pakistani.
Very good.
Huwa min Pakistan.
Alhamdulillah.
Pakistani.
No, huwa min Pakistan.
Huwa min Pakistan.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Remember, we end on sukun. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. That's great. Last one.
Hiya Turkiya.
Very good.
Hiya
Here, again.
Anti min Turkey.
No. Anti, okay. Anti min Turkey.
Anti min Turkiya.
No, not Turkey. Turkey. This is actually a fatha on the same thing our brother Abyssinia was making mention to. Because the alif there, this alif there at the end, we could assume that there's a alif, a fatha on this year. This is actually Turkey.
Oh, okay. So it's Anti min Turkiya.
Anti min Turkey. Alright? Anti min Turkey. And Jazakallah khair. And now we're finished with the book, with that part of the book there. And this here is essentially, I sent this into the group as well. This here is essentially just a summary of all the words that we did today. Alright, it's all on one page. I'm gonna turn the tablet so you can see it a little more lengthways. Alright, put there for sisters there and just for the brothers here. Alright, so you can see here that is lengthways, and you could see fully that we have here Makhlas التراكيب مخلص التراكيب, which is essentially a summary of the arranged sentences, or like a summary of how to arrange the sentences. Tarakib means to organize, means to arrange, and a composition, right? So it's a summary of the compositions is a better translation, which essentially we say that this is how we compose all the words that we just learned. So we learned a few words, and essentially we need to put those words into sentences. So this is a summary of these words in